Hi guys, I'm Chef Pooja Dhingra. If you ask me if I could do everything all over again, what would I do differently? Most definitely, I would do the financial part of my business completely differently. I feel like I've learned lessons the hard way, and that's something that I don't wish upon any entrepreneur. For that, I'm really making my mission to champion financial literacy, and today I have someone very special joining me to help me in my cause. I have Dr. Anil Lamba, who is a practicing chartered accountant. He's a best-selling author of many finance books, and I'm going to pick his brain. I'm going to ask him questions about finance, business, and entrepreneurship. I hope you enjoy this series. So what I want to know from you is, now say I'm a person who has an idea. I have this idea and I want to start a business. What is that journey of that idea? What is the first thing that I have to do to see if it's a valid business idea or model that I can take this forward? Yeah.
So the first thing one has to do is to make sure that the idea that you have is viable. People get passionate about something that they want to do. They jump into it without looking at the various aspects to see whether as a business it will work or not. I think a few key ingredients are: number one, knowledge about the product. And I think that most startup entrepreneurs probably have, because that's the reason they've got into it. But that is the most important condition. Number two, does that idea have a market? Number three, even if it has a market, how will you go about marketing yourself? Number four, we got to study what kind of competition do you have. Number five, we need to see, for example, if you're a manufacturing company, then whether all the ingredients that you need are available. Now, I can give you examples of all of these because in my earlier avatar as a practicing chartered accountant, we used to make tons of project reports, and projects have failed even if one ingredient is missing. Number six, where are you located? Pooja, there are these fads that keep coming from time to time. At one time, there was a fad of doing this freshwater fish farming. I remember doing two projects for a fellow who wanted to do prawn culture. It was a variety of prawn called Macrobrachium rosenbergi variety. So very simple project, amazing market, idea was great. All you need if you want to do prawn farming is you need 1 acre plots of land, dig it to the requisite depth, fill it up with water, buy seed, which is the small fish, buy feed, put it once in a while. 6 months you get a crop and tons of prawns. And that time it was almost 500-600 rupees a kilo. Now it must be far more. Tons of products, huge, very attractive price, massive market. If Japanese would hear you had a farm like this, they will probably come all the way from Japan, buy your product, put it into a cold store and take it back and so on. Our client went and set it up in Sholapur. Sholapur was declared as a drought affected area. Everything is right about the project. One thing went wrong, that is the location. What I'm trying to say is even if one factor is missing, the project can go fat. So an entrepreneur, besides being excited about the idea, must make sure that these other ingredients that are required for a success are also there. I've told you something which should have been spoken in hours in 2-3 minutes. Obviously, this is not enough. But the idea is to bring it to their notice. Don't just be passionate about an idea and jump into it blind with a blindfold on, unless you study the other aspects also.
Yeah, so it's what you're saying is like building a recipe for if I was making a cake, even if one ingredient is off, the cake is going to fail completely.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to tune into part 2 of our conversation.